Now for this experiment you will need an inclined plane. This one has angle degree measurements and you can change the angle of the incline. A block of wood which will ride on that incline with friction. A picket fence mounted on the block of wood. A photo gate mounted on the incline. As the block of wood goes through the photo gate, an interface, such as a lab probe, will measure the times at which the picket fence is blocked. And that information is then transferred into a calculator. Now, this is the picket fence that we'll be using in this experiment. This picket fence has 6 sections on it. That is, 6 blocked, unblocked sections. Now, for the calculator to determine the speed of the block of wood as it slides down the incline, it needs to know the distance between a block section and the next adjacent block section. On this picket fence, that distance, as you can see, is 2 centimeters. Here, the block section is at the 0 of the meter stick, and the next block section is at 2 centimeters, and then 4 centimeters, and 6, and so on and so forth, all the way across the picket fence. Now, this is the program running on the calculator that will calculate the speed of the block of wood as it slides down the incline. And from the speeds and the corresponding times, it will plot a speed time graph and then calculate the slope of that speed time graph, which is, of course, the acceleration of the block down the incline. Now here we'll be using a Lab Pro, so we'll select number 1. And here's where we choose the type of measurements we'd like to make, and we're going to choose number 4 there. Have the calculator do a VT graph, a speed time graph, and then determine the slope, which is the acceleration. Here is where it needs to know how many sections there are on the picket fence, and on this one we're using, as we mentioned, 6. And the distance between the clear block sections on the picket fence is 2 centimeters. Now the incline is angled to 18 degrees, and the block of wood with the picket fence on it is placed on the incline and released from rest. Now the acceleration of the block of wood down an 18-degree angle is 1.002 meters per second squared. Now at a 20-degree incline, the block of wood has an acceleration of 1.349 meters per second squared. Now here's the last trial at 34 degrees, and you can see the acceleration is 3.803 meters per second squared. Now with these angles and the corresponding accelerations, and with the worksheet that accompanies this video, determine the coefficient of kinetic friction between the block of wood and the inclined surface.